Hey, Jovan here with your free college football extended clip play for Thursday, August 28th, 2025. Now, you know it's here at Pick Dawgz. You love giving out free picks. But if you want my best bets, the best that I'm putting in today, go to the website, pickdawgz.com, where you can find my or one of our other world-class handicappers picks for today. Now, let's do a little bit of house cleaning. And yeah, the Toronto Blue Jays, they scored. They knew how to score in the first 5 innings. The problem is their pitching wasn't up to form. Eric Lauer, he got kind of cranked in this one. It was a high-scoring game throughout 5, and every time the Blue Jays scored, Minnesota seemed to go back in the top half of the next inning and score some more. So it's just one of those things where we were half right. We knew that Toronto was going to score, but their pitching just didn't come to play. They ended up winning 9-8. Doesn't do anything for our pockets. We lost one. So that runs our record to 19-21-1 we're currently at 967. So we're under 1,000. And basically that's that. Shouldn't have been on Toronto, but cover was kind of bare, with half the games going off during the daytime, basically. So we move on. No 2-team parlay got put up. I did shoot one that didn't get put up. It is what it is. So we move on. It was a loser anyway, full transparency. The last one that didn't get put up was a straight winner, but this one, a loser. One of the plays lost. I forget which one it was. I actually forget what the 2-team was in the first place. But that's neither here nor there. So no betting commentary, no banter. Right now we're gonna get straight to it because guess what? It's college football, and I know that's what you're here for. College football right up there. As far as popularity, with some of the major sports. The NFL's top of the food chain, they're king, but college football ain't too far behind, in my opinion. So let's go to Orlando, Florida, for this inaugural football campaign on a Thursday, and the 2 teams that are playing in this one are Jacksonville State, the Gamecocks, and they are playing the UCF Knights. Looking at UCF first, Scott Foster, who last time, and he was here before, this is his second tenure with the Knights, and the first tenure, at the end of it all, it got him a job at Nebraska, where it was a failure film. Let's just say that. They didn't buy his brand of football over there in black shirt country. They have a particular liking to a certain type of football play, and his style of play wasn't it. Now, when he was at UCF in the 2 seasons he was there, he came in, they were a 0-12 team. When he left, they were a 13-0 team. So that just tells you something about where he is as a coach, his pedigree. He's all about winning. And even though he couldn't do it at a high level at Nebraska with the Cornhuskers, I believe he could come back here and right the ship with UCF, who were 4-8 in his last season, or in their last season last year. On the other side, the Gamecocks of Jacksonville State, they lost Rich Rod, who had a successful stint with them in his time there, but he's moved on to greener pastures. Now they have Charles Kelly, and he's trying to maintain the ship. They went 9-5 last year, either 9-5 or 9-4 last season. So they had a successful season. The thing about it is, the cover's bare. There's 6 returning starters, 3 on each side of the ball. And there's just a lot of turnover with this ball club. Now, there's a lot of turnover with UCF as well, but I believe more in Scott Foster and what he brings to the table. He's been here before, been there, done that. And the situation with this one is quite simple as far as I'm concerned. And just to, be plain with this one, in UCF is 9-0 in their last opening games, 8-1 against the spread. So let's just put that out there. But the situation in this one is, if Scott Frost, if his team jumps out to an early lead, I believe it's going to be a bloodbath. So what are we going to do with this one right here? We're going to up the ante. We're going to bring ourselves into good plus money, and we're going to up this line from 20.5. We're going to add 6 points to it and make it 26.5. So that'll be UCF minus 26.5 at plus 168. Now, with college football, the purposes of this is to have this as a ladder bet. So you're betting the spread. You're betting 22.5, maybe 23.5, 24.5, 25.5. The choice is yours how many bets you want to make, but the max is 26.5. So let's reiterate this one. That'll be UCF minus 26.5 at plus 168. Book a cash and do what you got to do with it, but go to the website, pickdawgz.com, where you can find mine or one of our other world-class handicappers picks. Now smash that like button. Let's get this money and hit the book where it hurts.